Hi everyone, my name is Lindsay Wolf, and the question that I chose to answer for our class is the one pertaining to living the multicultural experience. The way that I chose to interpret this question was to take it from the viewpoint of somebody who is usually on the outside of this mixed racial issue. I don't come from a family of mixed race, and I'm not involved in a relationship that is mixed race, but that does not mean that I don't support them. That's something that I really wanted to talk about, and that's the take that I wanted to use when talking about this multicultural experience. While I do try to empathize with people who are involved in mixed race relationships or who come from a mixed race family, I think that I will never really quite understand exactly what they go through on a daily basis. As somebody who is from a prominently white family, I can try my best to understand what these people struggle with and the ridicule that they face from others, but I myself will never truly grasp what they go through every single day and the struggles that they must overcome to be in the relationships that they choose to be in. And this all comes down to simply the tone of their skin. That's what they're being judged for. And to me, this seems ridiculous, but, to other people, they strongly believe that this is wrong. And I guess that's something that I'll never quite understand because I was not brought up to view relationships or love in such a way. I was brought up to believe that love is love and people should not be judged for their skin tone, but for rather who they are as people, if they're, a good, respectable, decent person. And I guess that's maybe why I had such a hard time when the whole Prince Harry and Meghan Markle engagement came around, because I personally feel like we are living in a generation where we have made a lot of great strides toward being more accepting of mixed race relationships and families. But I do think that I'm not naive to the fact that there is a lot of work to be done, and we do need to continue as a society to improve on how we treat these people and how they're viewed, and we need to start trying to get rid of those contemporary ideals and start accepting newer, fresher, more accepting ideas of relationships. Because bringing it back to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, it was such a big topic of conversation in media and in magazines about whether or not the Queen was going to see her as fitting for Prince Harry because she came from a mixed race family and she herself is a mixed race individual. But personally, I think who cares what her skin color is? Does it really matter that much? She's a kind, respectable, decent human being who makes Harry happy, and I think there are so many other characteristics about her that should be looked at before her race is even thought about. It seemed crazy for me to think that that could have been a potential reason why she wasn't as readily accepted to be his life partner. It saddens me to think that others were brought up to hate or to dislike people because of the color of their skin or because of the family background that they have or who they choose to be in a relationship with. I know people in our present day who still shut down the idea of mixed racial relationships. I have friends who have been involved with a person of another race that is different from theirs, and they're afraid to tell their parents out of fear of what they'd think. And I'm very thankful that my parents are accepting of whoever I choose to love. The person that I happen to be with is of the same race as me, but I was open to loving a person for who they are on the inside, not for what they look like. And I hope that in time society will grow enough and make further strides to accept mixed racial couples, because even in those videos that we viewed for class, there were some couples in one of the videos that discussed how they couldn't or still don't talk to their parents because of their relational status. There was a woman who said that her family was hoping that she and her husband don't get pregnant because they're of two different races. And to me it just seems crazy, but to these other people, the people that are in the relationship or who come from the family, they're dealing with this ridicule every single day. They're facing these struggles constantly, and it's simply because people are disapproving of a relationship because of a skin tone. You know, if you took that matter out, I guarantee people would probably be more willing to look at, if I should put it this way, if we're solely looking at the values of a person and what they have to offer as far as their personality and their characteristic traits and the way that they treat one another, I can guarantee you that people would be so much more focused on those aspects than they are on skin tone. But unfortunately, what we see on the outside is what people are stopping at when it comes to how they judge a person. They're not going deeper. And I really hope that, as somebody on the outside of it who does support mixed racial relationships, I hope that society will continue to accept these relationships. So that's my take on the question. I hope that's given you guys a better idea of my personal outlook on the situation, and knowing that I am in support of this. And that's all I've got to say today. But I hope you all have a great day, a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.